Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a worth the buy or not foundation review and wear test on the new Marc Extra Shot Foundation and Concealer. But before we get started, I do quickly want to introduce myself for those of you guys who are new to my channel. Hi, welcome. My name is Jessica, aka The Mexican Beauty. I make videos on all things beauty, lifestyle, and fashion. I would love for you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so that you can become a member of me here on YouTube. I wouldn't want you guys to miss my videos for the world. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell because that will make sure you are notified every single time that I upload a new video. A last thing, but one of the most important things, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, The Mexican Beauty, because whenever I'm not here on YouTube, I'm literally there 24/7 posting some amazing beauty, lifestyle, and fashion content that you won't want to miss. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this foundation review and wear test. Today for moisturizer, I use my Summer Fridays Cloud Dew Gel. So I think today for primer, I'm just gonna keep using the one that I've been obsessed with, which is the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. This primer is so good. It's silicone free, but it does a great job of smoothing your skin, hydrating your skin, but also giving it that really nice, like soft matte finish. So I really am a fan of this stuff. And now we're gonna move on to the foundation concealer. So I'm really intrigued about this because it is supposed to be a 2-in-1, which is funny because the one that we had just reviewed, Fidget Formula, is also 2-in-1. I feel like a lot of brands have been coming out with that 2-in-1 formula just because it makes it easier for people, you know what I'm saying? Love this packaging. You guys know that I love gold, so this is like beautiful gold hardware. It just looks stunning. I do want to pull up the price. I picked this up from Sephora online on their website. They have a good amount of shades, but I could not figure out what my shade was. I was like, what in the world is happening? So I think I did the best that I could. I did pick up the shade 310, medium tan with neutral undertones. This does retail for $39, and there also is 0.54 ounces, which I was a little bit like, I need more product if you're claiming to be a foundation. So we shall see. But then again, it is also a concealer, so who knows? But this is what it looks like when you open it. It comes with a doe foot applicator. I love a good doe foot applicator moment. If I don't have a pump, this is like the second one that I really like. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're going to apply the foundation concealer on this side with a sponge. Where's my sponge? Here it is. My Cookie Cosmetics sponge that I love so much. You can purchase it on their website and use my coupon code TheMexBeauty for 25% off your order, just so you know. So let's go ahead and apply this first this way. I like it because you're able to really target the areas where you really want to apply it. So let's go ahead and put this to the test.
2-in-1 caffeine infused concealer and foundation with natural looking full coverage and all day wear to visibly brighten and re-energize all skin types. It is a full coverage foundation that has a natural finish and it is liquid formulated. It has caffeine, which visibly re-energizes and revives the skin, oat extract to calm and soothe the skin, 5 forms of coconut to hydrate and nourish the skin with an abundance of vitamins and nutrients.
I have to say I really do like how it looks. I feel like it gives a really pretty finish. I feel like it is a buildable foundation for the foundation aspect of it, because I do feel like I did have to build a little bit in this area to kind of get rid of the redness completely. You guys know that I do have a lot of prominent redness right now. I do have rosacea, but right here, like you guys can see that it does look really nice and healthy. It does claim to be a buildable foundation, so that's definitely a check. I also am really curious about the fact that it's infused with caffeine. That's basically supposed to visibly re-energize and revitalize the skin, which I need because right now it is 8 a.m. It does look very pretty. I don't think the color is actually as bad as I thought it would be. And honestly, it's kind of giving me a little bit of a soft matte vibe on me personally, which is interesting. I don't think it claims to give like a specific type. It just says natural finish. So it's supposed to give a natural finish, but I'm kind of seeing soft matte vibes here. Now we're gonna go on this side with a brush. For brush, I'm gonna be using my Morphe JH03 brush. It does have like a scent. Algae? I don't know, it smells weird. On this side, it does look a little tiny bit more luminous. Do you guys see that? I feel like with a brush, it applies more full coverage than with a sponge. Because I feel like the sponge, you have to kind of build it up almost more. Do you guys see? I feel like even this side, just with a brush and that first application, it already looks more full coverage than here in some little areas. When I first saw this product, I thought it was gonna have a foundation and a concealer. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. But then I saw that it was a 2-in-1. I was like, ooh, that's interesting as well. I feel like the last, maybe I'm wrong, but the last high-end brand that I remember to do it similar to this, but bigger, was the Clinique one, and that one was one of my favorites. And if you guys remember, Marc Jacobs did come out with a really good foundation a few years ago. Everybody was obsessed with it. I forgot what it was called, but it was a really, really good foundation. Do you guys remember that? Super good. Okay, so this is the product. Okay, so I feel like this side has set for the most part because it looks, honestly on me, it looks like it does have a little bit more so that soft matte. This side looks a little bit more luminous. Maybe it's because it's about to set. The one thing I can say that I appreciate right now is the fact that it is not oxidizing, because this foundation is slightly darker than what I am right now. So if it was oxidizing, it may have been a problem. It does give much fuller coverage with a brush. I would probably go with a brush for me personally because I do have a lot of redness that I want to cover. Consistency blends really easily, very seamlessly. It looks very nice and skin-like. Let me touch this and see how it feels. It's not as sticky as I thought it would be. As it's setting, it is sticky, but once it's set on this side, it doesn't feel sticky. So that's good. Okay, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna finish off the rest of my makeup, see how this does with the other products that I have to put on, and then I'm gonna come back and give you guys my first initial thoughts on this Marc Jacobs Extra Shot Foundation and Concealer. Okay guys, so I am back. I finished my entire face of makeup and I'm ready to start this wear test. So, let's go ahead and talk about some of the products that we used. I will have the full breakdown down below in the description box. You guys can go ahead and check out those items. But the most essential products and just like feedback with the wear of this is that I did use the Wet n Wild Incognito Concealer. It is a more lightweight concealer, not as full coverage. I wanted something light on the face and it worked really well. It worked better when I applied it with a sponge than when I used my Rare Beauty concealer brush. Blended out really nicely with the foundation, didn't cause any type of separation in the product, which I really appreciated. I also went ahead and used powder products for bronzer and for blush, and they laid very, very nicely on top of the foundation. Now, the only thing that I am noticing right now is that I feel like in the areas where I do have little fine lines up here, I am seeing a little bit of that foundation separate, so I'm gonna try to kind of blend that back out. That's just something to know if you do have fine lines. I also really love the fact that this foundation just looks very, very lightweight. It wears really nicely on the face. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing foundation, honestly. I think because it is such a lightweight, natural finish consistency. I feel like the skin right now is giving me soft matte vibes, to be completely honest. I haven't powdered the face. I literally just went in and applied powder right under the eyes because that's where I crease, so I have to always do that. And I use my KKW Beauty powder, but everywhere else, just the foundation doing its thing. So impressed with that aspect for oily skin people, because I know you may be wondering that. But I do feel like it looks very nice on the skin. I feel like it's giving me great vibes. I feel like once I apply everything on top, it doesn't look like it's too far off from my skin tone. So I really appreciate that, because I was worried it was gonna be a little too dark. Because if you look at it from here, it does look a little tiny bit darker, or even when you open it, it looks like a little orangey, but it's really good. It's a really good shade, and I think it'll work for the upcoming spring and summer season. What else I want to say? Oh, sometimes you guys wonder if why I don't powder the full face is because I don't need to. If the face was looking super dewy, then I would. But when my face looks like this, if I powder, my skin is just gonna look super cakey, and it's gonna defeat the purpose of having a nice, natural skin-like foundation wear. So that's why I don't powder the face. Now, had this been super dewy, then I probably would powder a little bit, but I think it has a great finish for my skin type, so I'm living for that. So right now it is 9:30. I'm going to go ahead and carry on with the rest of my day. I'm gonna go ahead and do an in natural lighting clip so you guys can see that, and then you guys will see me at the very end of the day for my final thoughts. So if you wanna continue watching and see what my thoughts are on this Marc Jacobs Extra Shot Foundation plus Concealer, then please go ahead and continue watching because you don't wanna miss this. Hey guys, so I am back right now. It is 5 p.m. and I am officially done with the day. I'm exhausted. I'm about to just take off this makeup, work out, and edit. But I wanted to come back to give you guys my final check-in of this foundation and concealer by Marc Jacobs. So you guys can see, definitely does have some dew. It picked up dew pretty early through the day. If it would have looked a little bit more like this from the beginning of the day, I definitely would have said it. But because it definitely was giving me like a soft matte vibe, I didn't want to add powder on top and make it look cakey. So I felt like it wasn't necessary. Definitely, if you do purchase this and you do have oily skin, I would say just through the day, you're gonna have to go ahead and blot it a little bit earlier than some other foundations that I've tried. Another thing that I'm noticing is that the areas where I said that it kind of separated my fine lines, it's separated again. So I would say if you do have fine lines or more fine lines than I have, then I would probably not recommend this for you because I just feel like it'll definitely separate. Now, another thing that I'm taking into consideration with this $39 product is the fact that you do get 0.54 ounces, which is less than standard size. Usually standard size foundation is a full ounce. I feel like you would get more use out of this and have it for longer if you did go ahead and just use it as a concealer. I feel like as a foundation, it just may not be the one for you unless you're somebody that doesn't wear that much foundation. You're somebody that has pretty evened out skin and you just like to kind of conceal certain areas of your face, then I would say go for this if you like that more natural finish. But if you are looking for something that's a little bit more coverage or you're gonna be using more product, just take into consideration that with this, you may go through this much faster as a foundation than you would as a concealer. The drugstore has a lot of good foundations, so I would just be mindful of that. I would check out perhaps my other reviews and see what you feel like is the best for you. I just don't know about $39 for something that I'm going to be using more so as a foundation with less product than a typical foundation. I think for concealer this would be nice, but I'm just not seeing anything for me personally that screams, oh my gosh, you need this. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I always like to give you guys my opinions on the newest and latest foundation. So please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Let's me know to continue doing these types of videos for you guys. Don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. And I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.